She was crying. She was talking about full body chills the entire time.
Make it end. Make it end. What is this?
The beginning of that clip where she's like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh, I work so hard.
It's so inauthentic. This is why she was never going to be more than like a D-list actress on a basic cable show.
She suffers from such a rare disorder of being unable to just be a human.
Because I know that I'm a great friend.
I have full body chills right now.
Give us like one strip of authenticity.
Call each other H and M, and it's all like this cute thing. And she was like, oh, H, that man, he just loves me so much.
H, that man loves me so much. His heart is even more beautiful.
Oh, but his heart is even more beautiful. Why do you call him H? It's so dumb sounding.
One thing she's dying for more than anything is for us to love her and want to be like her. And she can't get it across the finish line.
Because I know that I'm a great friend, and I know the kind of mom I am, and I know the kind of human being I am, and I know how I show up.
It's me, me, me.
I'm searching for something to like about her, and it's so hard.
It is so fake and contrived and inauthentic. Like, did she actually believe genuinely that this charade would work? Like, how does she not get it after all?
Megyn Kelly has been one of Meghan Markle's most vocal critics, often suggesting that much of what Meghan says or does is not spontaneous, but part of a deliberate and calculated strategy. In Kelly's view, Megyn plays the victim card over and over again, complaining that her castle was too small.
This entire tirade about how much Harry loves her.
When you have a partner and a spouse who is just so behind you, H, that man loves me so much.
She did not make one comment about how much she loves her husband. It was just like, he is so obsessed with me. It is so amazing.
Her way of talking about being a parent also fell off to many, disconnected from most people's everyday experiences.
Talks about parenting their 2 children and basically insinuates that she is the first woman to ever have to balance having a career and making it to school drop-off.
If I don't have meetings in the morning, then I try to do school drop-off. So from 6:30 in the morning, I'm not home till 9.
It's like this whole dramatic thing. It's like, I'm sorry, you're not going to Mars. You're dropping your kids off to daycare and first grade. It's really not that big of a deal.
That the Queen was mean to her, that she wasn't allowed to use the title Her Royal Highness anymore. But while painting herself as mistreated, she also demands admiration and sympathy. For Kelly, this contradictory posture isn't just confusing, it's manipulative. She doesn't mince words. She calls Megyn a malignant narcissist, someone obsessed with herself and how she's perceived by others. And those tearful moments Megyn shares with the public, what might have been attempts to showcase her real, vulnerable side, come across to many, like Candace Owens, as yet another act. For Owens, Megyn is still on stage. She's still playing a role. And we, the audience, are expected to buy it. One of Candace's most consistent arguments is that Meghan Markle is on a relentless and, in her words, failing mission to be relatable. Every move Megyn makes seems designed to say, I'm just like you. But instead, it often ends in spectacular misfires. According to Candace, if people don't like Megyn, it's not their fault. It's because Megyn herself is fundamentally unlikable. She says Megyn lacks the it factor, the kind of intangible charisma that makes people naturally gravitate towards someone. Owens points to Megyn's life story as an example of this disconnect.
She suffers from such a rare disorder of being unable to just be a human.
I think she's a malignant narcissist who is a truly terrible person.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I just think she's crying for sympathy, playing the victim.
Oh my gosh, I work so hard.
And there's also no sympathy to be granted for this lifestyle that she's chosen to live.
I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard.
Well, according to their tax documents, they work 1 hour a week.
And I love being that busy.
Make it end. Make it end. What is this?
You're never going to convince anyone that you're authentic.
You're right. You're right.
Reality is she's a grifter. Fake it till you make it.
The Brits are onto you. America's onto you. The world at large is onto you.
I'm searching for something to like about her, and it's so hard.
It's too much for me. There's only small doses of that podcast I can consume.
Megyn, how are you?
How are you?
I know you always make it about me.
What?
Everything they do seems so manipulative,
Megyn wants us to
calculated,
believe
PR
that she
motivated,
transformed
money
almost overnight
motivated.
from
Give
a
us, like,
D-list
one
actress
strip of
into a
authenticity.
lifestyle icon. That she went from Hollywood obscurity to becoming some version of Martha Stewart in just a few years. But that leap doesn't sit right with people. It doesn't feel authentic. In fact, Owens suggests the very reason Megyn's acting career never truly took off was because she couldn't even act like herself. That lack of genuine identity may have always been the root of the issue. Maureen Callahan echoes this view, saying Megyn seems desperate to be loved, desperate to be seen as relatable, but she simply can't land the message.
Stuck because she was an actress who became a real princess, who wants to be an actress again, but has to continue to be to pretend to be a real princess.
Her attempts at normalcy, dressing casually, podcasting without makeup, or sharing glimpses into her real life don't feel real at all. Instead, they read like carefully managed PR stunts. She was once an actress, then a princess, now a lifestyle entrepreneur. But where is the real Meghan Markle in all of this? Commentator Michael Knowles put it simply, Megyn is stuck. She was an actress who became a real-life princess who now wants to be an actress again while still pretending to be a princess. The confusion around her identity, this blend of roles she's always performing, only feeds the public perception that nothing about her is real. And then comes the narrative Megyn pushes around her work ethic. She frequently talks about her packed schedule, managing her lifestyle brand.
She was talking about full-body chills the entire time.
Make it end. Make it end. What is this?
The beginning of that clip where she's like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh, I work so hard.
It's so inauthentic. This is why she was never going to be more than like a D-list actress on a basic cable show.
She suffers from such a rare disorder of being unable to just be a human.
Because I know that I'm a great friend.
I have full body chills right now.
Give us like one strip of authenticity.
Call each other H and M, and it's all like this cute thing. And she was like, oh, H, that man, he just loves me so much.
H, that man loves me so much. His heart is even more beautiful.
Oh, but his heart is even more beautiful. Why do you call him H? That's so dumb sounding.
One thing she's dying for more than anything is for us to love her and want to be like her. And she can't get it across the finish line.
Because I know that I'm a great friend. And I know the kind of mom I am. And I know the kind of human being I am. And I know how I show up.
It's me, me, me.
I'm searching for something to like about her. And it's so hard.
It is so fake and contrived and inauthentic. Like, did she actually believe genuinely that this charade would work? Like, how does she not get it after all of these years?
Brett Cooper just absolutely unleashed on Meghan Markle after her latest podcast appearance with Jamie Kern-Lima, and it's kicked off a massive storm online.
She also seems like she just cannot stop talking, no matter what people tell her.
It seems
writing newsletters, planning photo shoots, overseeing social media, editing Netflix content, all while being a devoted mom, wife, and friend. It's an image of someone constantly hustling. But to critics like Candace Owens, these claims are laughable. They argue that when someone lives a life of extreme privilege, when they have nannies, assistants, chefs, and PR teams, complaining about how hard it is to write Instagram captions doesn't exactly scream hard work. Candace mocks it outright. Deciding what to wear, what to photograph, and how to caption it on social media while living in luxury just doesn't feel like the trenches. And yet, Megyn once described her time in the royal family that way. She said she was in the trenches. That one statement alone drew massive backlash. You were living in a palace, people said. You had a royal title. You were literally a duchess. And then there were the reports based on Archwell Foundation's alleged tax documents, suggesting that Meghan and Harry might have only worked about 1 hour per week on their charitable foundation during certain periods. While some details remain disputed, the mere existence of such reports severely undercuts Meghan's narrative of tireless dedication. It reinforces the idea that her version of hard work exists in a bubble, far removed from reality. Real leaders show their effort in their actions. But with Meghan Markle, as Candace says, we keep hearing about the work without ever truly seeing it. Beyond issues of personality and work ethic, critics like Owens point to a pattern of professional failures and questionable ventures. There's a lot of talk, but where are the results? Take her multi-million-dollar deal with Spotify. It was reportedly worth $20 to $25 million. The series was supposed to be uplifting and insightful, but when it finally launched, it received scathing reviews. Owens called it breathy, overproduced, and ultimately meaningless. Critics said it was self-indulgent and scripted. Eventually, Spotify canceled the deal. It simply wasn't working. The audience wasn't connecting. It was boring. And then came her Netflix lifestyle show, another high-budget venture focused on cooking and hosting. Again, the response was brutal. Viewers called it an ego trip. Critics labeled it tone-deaf, and the ratings tanked. What was marketed as a groundbreaking project ended up being a complete flop. This pattern has led people like Kinsey Schofield to challenge Meghan's entire image as a successful businesswoman. According to Schofield, Meghan is exhausting, not inspirational, not empowering, just exhausting. And far from being a savvy entrepreneur, she's seen as someone who overpromises and underdelivers. Some commentators go even further, calling her a grifter. They point to the collapse of her lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, or its earlier iteration, As Ever, claiming she sold products that didn't exist and left customers waiting for refunds. This, they say, is not just bad business, it's deception. For critics like Owens and Kelly, these failures reinforce a bigger theory, that Meghan's marriage into the royal family wasn't about love, but ambition, that it was a strategic move to gain access to a life she never could have had otherwise, that once she bagged the elephant, as Owens bluntly put it. She set her sights on...
You can kind of zoom in here and it says, with the compliments of Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex.
Building a media empire using the royal name. And all of these brand launches, media deals, and product shills, they reveal who Meghan really is. Someone who wants fame, money, and control. Not someone who wants to serve, represent, or inspire. Even those who support her, or seem to support her, often draw criticism for how they engage with her. One prime example is Jamie Kern-Lima, who hosted a podcast interview with Meghan. Critics were not kind. Lima's tone was described as overly fawning and uncritical, almost like a programmed cheerleader. Every word Meghan said was met with gushing praise, wide-eyed amazement, and syrupy compliments. And to many listeners, it didn't feel authentic at all. Instead of a real probing discussion, the interview came across like a PR commercial. There was no challenge, no depth, no tension, just validation. Lima's responses even seemed to mirror Meghan's emotional beats a little too perfectly, adding to the impression that everything was scripted and rehearsed. In the end, Candace Owens' core view of Meghan Markle is painfully straightforward. She believes Meghan has a fundamental problem with being real. Every moment of vulnerability, every tear, every speech about authenticity feels like just another performance, another carefully staged scene in the ongoing Meghan Markle show. And Candace is not alone. Millions of viewers watch Meghan's vulnerable moments and don't feel empathy. They feel manipulation. It makes you wonder about the nature of celebrity today. The pressure to be perfect, the urge to appear real while maintaining a carefully curated image. When those two collide, when someone pushes too hard to seem authentic, it can backfire catastrophically. Meghan Markle's public journey may well serve as a cautionary tale. The harder you try to sell authenticity, the more people start to believe you don't have any. And so the real question remains, can Meghan Markle ever escape this cycle of perceived inauthenticity? Is she trapped in a role she created for herself, or is there still a path forward, one where she can genuinely connect with people and earn their trust? What would it even take to convince critics, like Candace Owens, that Meghan is telling the truth? Let me know what you think in the comments.